Hello and welcome to my 517 Follow Friday series. Today I'm chatting with Rebecca Sabin from Remembered Forever Graveside Care Services. Thank you for joining me today, Rebecca.
Good morning.
Why don't we start with how you got into the business of providing this service?
Well, I was in a condo management for 14 years, and doing that, I had a lot of clients that were elderly, and at their condos, they were given a little piece of land right outside their front door where they were allowed to plant flowers, and I would help them with that because they could no longer do it. And in turn, then eventually their spouses would pass away, and they needed help in their in their graveyards, helping them with their plots. And I was doing my families, and so I just kind of incorporated that of my gosh, I'm becoming the volunteer queen. How can I make money at this? Little did I know that this service does exist. I'm not the first one to invent it. There is just not a lot of us in this area. So I turned it into a business. I've been doing this for 7 years now.
Wow. That's such a sweet story that it kind of started out with you helping some elderly people in the community to kind of keep up the front part of their condo, and then it just transitioned. You had a great vision there.
It was kind of, oh, well, what can I do with this? And I still wanted to help people, and I enjoy helping people. And it is so peaceful out in the graveyards. It is a very, very peaceful place. You'll see a lot of people that walk there and are there just to run their dogs. It's a good
Yeah,
place to run your dogs too. It is the only people that, or it's not even people. The only things that yell at me are the deer. It is their home.
right. So let's walk through the different types of services that you offer for graveside care.
So for gravesite care, I do the basic, what everybody knows me mostly for is cleaning the stones. Of course, I clean the stones. So the older stones that have that moss on it. We have some stones that are under pine trees and get pine sap on them and that are the hard to clean. And people are like, I scrub this and I just can't get it off. So that is, I clean the stones with that deep clean. And that's a big thing. And a lot of people are looking for that. But I also, which is my favorite part, is if the cemeteries allow, I remove the soil around the stones, and then I will put in mulch or plant flowers, and that's or put in bulbs, and I put in the mums in the fall. But I don't have to do the full service 4 seasons. Some people have me do that. I'm there all seasons, the whole time. I'm watering. I water all summer long. If you're in the Lansing area within 10 miles, then I will water. And then I'm there weekly. I'm pulling weeds when I'm watering. I'm cleaning the bird droppings off on a regular basis. But then some people are saying, hey, just plant those flowers for me for Memorial Day, and we've got them from there. And put in that mulch, and I will do that. Some places only allow artificial flowers. And so then it's just basically keeping that grass and the weeds trimmed away from the stone so that those mowers don't hit them. Those mowers will hit those and then knock them right off their bases or even chip the stones. So we try to keep everything cleaned off and away from them, and then put in the artificial flowers at different seasons of the year. Or again, some people are just like that special day. Maybe it's mom's birthday. We want to make sure there's
Right.
flowers. So everybody has a different niche in what they want and what is important to them.
Do most cemeteries have like sprinkler systems, or they
No,
don't
I
have
don't
anything like that? So
know.
you've
I'm
got to
lucky
actually
if they
water.
have water spigots.
Oh,
And
okay.
actually, go out to Onondaga, they actually have a pump where you are doing the old-fashioned pump where I'm actually pumping the water up. And so that's fun. But some don't have any water at all, or they will
Wow.
bring the city or the township will supply one of those big containers of water that you
Hmm.
can use, and then you just haul it back and forth with a bucket or whatever you have. But
There's some
everybody,
logistics.
I am pretty excited if there's at least water spigots and that you can hook a hose to or it close by. Some
Right.
I'm hauling. I'm hauling water. There's times I'm hauling water in from Lansing to wherever I'm at to do because they have no water. So
Right.
they're all different.
Now, are there any cemeteries that you can't work in? You said that some of them you can't do real flowers, you have got to do artificial, but are there any cemeteries that you can't do services for?
The vet cemeteries.
Okay.
So they are taken care of all by, I think they volunteer themselves, other vets do. So those are all maintained. And so there are those cemeteries that are private and taken care of by them. And there are some cemeteries that have rules of you can't do certain things because they provide it, which is
Okay.
fine. The cemetery rules are always posted, or you can always get them, and then you know what is and what is not allowed. So the city cemeteries have more details to them. When you get out into the rural area, then you're allowed to do. I can actually put perennials out there, so that's fun. Because then
Okay.
you're only paying me to do something, one big lump sum. They're going to come back as long as the deer.
Leave them alone. Right. What cemeteries do you work in currently?
I am Ingham, Eaton, and Clinton County, so the Tri-County. And I do venture out a little bit from that because our lines are a little odd. Sometimes the cemetery might be on the line, or I'm just Jackson. I could just go another 5 miles and I'm there. I will do that. But yep, I'm usually just stay right in that area. And I just the watering service, like I said, is really just right around Lansing, because obviously for me to drive 20 minutes to water once a week would be pricey. And I try to keep that myself.
Okay. What would you say you enjoy the most about helping people in this way?
Giving them the comfort. They have the comfort to know that their loved one's site is taken care of. So maintaining their loved one's site and giving them that comfort, because a lot of people are like, oh, you take care of this. I'm like, oh, I'm taking care of the living. I'm the people who
Yep.
care and want to make sure that things are taken care of. Or, oh, I takes that worry away of, mom always said I wouldn't take care of that site. Well, I am taking care of that site.
Yeah.
So it gives me that peace of mind. And so I'm glad that I can do that.
Okay. How would you say that people would get started with you if they are looking for a service like this?
To reach out to me, to call me is the best at 517-993-4769. And we would schedule a time to meet out at the cemetery so you can show me the stone, let me know what your family has done. If you live out of state and meeting me is not an option, not a problem. You just give me the names that are on the stone and what cemetery, and I can go find it. I'll take pictures and I'll send those to you. And because technology is wonderful today,
Mhm.
and then we can converse over the phone on what it is that you're looking for. And again, I do follow-up pictures to send everybody pictures of what I've done, so everybody can see, hey, I've been there and this is what it now looks like. So that's the best way, is to just give me a call.
Okay. Yeah, I hadn't thought about, family living out of state. That's great to kind of put that out there. You don't have to be here, but your family might be here and you want to make sure they're taken care of. So is
Yeah,
there
that
anything
can
else?
be the biggest thing. A lot of people say their loved ones aren't even here. They've moved to Michigan and they're in different states. I get that a lot. They're like, will you go to Texas? Well, if you fly me to Texas, I'll take care of you. I'd be glad to do that.
Sure.
But that does seem to be a big thing. A lot of people move now. We're not staying stationary, not
Right.
growing up in the same neighborhoods and staying. People are moving.
Right. Okay. Is there anything else you want to share today about this service?
Again, anything that I can do to help, everybody is different. Everybody's needs are different. So just give me a call and then we can talk through what you're looking for, and I'd be glad to help.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will share all of Rebecca's contact information in the caption for the video. And if you're looking for cemetery care for a loved one that you've lost, please reach out to Rebecca. If you're interested in being featured on my Follow Friday series, you can send me an email at katrina@cornerstonelegalplc.com. Thanks for watching.